Our next topic in reading will be summarizing fiction. Your teachers already let you know that you need a partner, so hopefully you're sitting with your partner and you have a pencil and your composition notebook and you're ready to go. What is a summary? You already know a lot about summaries when we studied summarizing nonfiction. So which of these descriptions best describes a summary? With your partner, pause the video, choose your answer and write it down in your composition notebook. When you're done, restart the video and you'll see if you got the answer correct. The correct answer is D. A summary is the main ideas and important details from a text. Don't be distracted by all the crumbling that Miss Latessa is doing in the background with her chips. How do I write a summary? Sometimes it's best to first think about how not to write a summary, some things to avoid. The first terrible, horrible, bad strategy is copying and deleting. In this strategy, you just copy a few of the ideas from the text, writing a few sentences, and deleting or taking out a few sentences. The next strategy that never works is to write down everything. In this strategy, you include every single detail and everything that happens from the story in no order, just putting down every single idea and going on and on and on and on, and you run out of room because you just keep writing. Another strategy that doesn't work well for students, and you probably already know this, is doing as little as possible. This creates a very short summary. You just write down one sentence that has very little detail. For example, this story was about a girl and a magical trip. I am left with so many questions. What is the girl's name? Where is she going? What were the details that happened on her trip? And what was the resolution of the story? I don't know very much from that very, very short summary. A good summary in fiction always includes the characters and their names, the setting, important events and details from the plot, and those events and details are listed in chronological or time order, the order that they happen. A summary is not a review. In your summary, you just include what the author put in the story. You do not include your own opinions. There should be no opinions such as, this book was great, or doing fun things like a cliffhanger. It doesn't work in a summary. You shouldn't end your summary with something like, if you want to know what happens, read on. This is not the blurb from the back of the book. This is a summary. How long does it have to be? Well, that really depends. Later in this video, I'm going to write a summary of Chapter 8 of Tuck Everlasting. The chapter is about 4 pages long, and my summary is about 5 sentences. The most important thing is to include all of the most important details. All right, talk to your partner. Have you ever used an unsuccessful strategy for summarizing? And also, what should a good summary contain? We should hear you talking about this. Pause the video and do so now. Now some practice. Listen as the author reads The Very Hungry Caterpillar. After the story, you and your partner will choose which summary is the best. We'll show you 3 different summaries that you can choose from.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. For my sister Krista. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop, out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through 1 apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night he had a stomachache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house, called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly.
Which is the best summary of the story? You're going to write 1, 2, or 3 on your paper after you read each summary. Either circle it if it's a good summary or cross it out if it's a poor summary. So go ahead right now and write 1, 2, and 3 on your paper. Summary number 1. A bug comes out of an egg. It eats a lot of food. This was a great book. If you want to find out how it ends, you should read it. Circle that if you think it's a good summary, the number 1, or cross out the number 1 if you think the summary is lacking. Summary number 2. A caterpillar hatches from an egg. After eating many different kinds of food, it turns into a beautiful butterfly. With your partner, circle the number 2 if you think this was a great summary, or cross it out if you think the summary wasn't good enough. Summary number 3. In the warm moonlight, a caterpillar hatches out of an egg. First it eats an apple, then it eats a pear, then it eats 3 plums, then it eats 4 strawberries, then it eats 5 oranges, then it eats a lot of other things. Finally, it spins a cocoon around itself. It turns into a beautiful butterfly. Same with number 3. Circle number 3 if this looks like a good summary to you, or cross it out if you find fault with it. Now with your partner, decide which summary was the best. And why? Summary number 1. A bug comes out of an egg. It eats a lot of food. This is a great book. If you want to find out how it ends, you should read it. This summary is not the best because it includes personal opinions. It is also inaccurate. A bug does not come out of the egg. It's actually a caterpillar. Summary number 3. In the warm moonlight, a caterpillar hatches out of an egg. First it eats an apple, then it eats a pear, then it eats 3 plums, then it eats 4 strawberries, then it eats 5 oranges, then it eats a lot of other things. Finally, it spins a cocoon around itself. It turns into a beautiful butterfly. This summary contains more details than are needed. The list of apple, pear, plum, strawberries, and oranges can be collapsed into fruits or different kinds of food, rather than listing them all out. The second summary, a caterpillar hatches from an egg. After eating many different kinds of food, it turns into a beautiful butterfly. This summary includes the main characters of the story as well as important events. It does not include trivial details or opinions. Trivial means unimportant details or opinions. Oh, look, the caterpillar likes it. All right. Now, I'm going to model for you how to write a summary for Chapter 8 of Tuck Everlasting. I'm going to begin by stating the chapter number and the title of the novel. In Chapter 8 of Tuck Everlasting, going to take a moment to underline the title of the novel. Then I'm going to go ahead and tell the characters and the setting. Winnie Foster and the Tucks talk by the stream in the forest. Oops, I'm not the best typer, bear with me. The Tucks are overjoyed after telling Winnie the secret of their immortality. The Tucks want to take Winnie home so that Angus can convince her not to share their secret. They are so friendly and warm that Winnie begins to believe that they are her friends. As you can see in this Chapter 8 summary, I gave the chapter number, I gave the title of the novel, and I underline it. I began by listing the characters in the story and the setting, and then I told the most important events. Your challenge now with your partner is to read Chapter 9 of Tuck Everlasting and write a summary of your own. As you read, keep a list in your composition notebooks of the details that stick out to you as being very important. This will help you write your summary when you're finished. When you're done with your summary, please raise your hand so Miss Celia or Miss Latessa or Mr. Robke can go ahead and check your work. Good luck and thanks for your attention.